Welcome to IT Revision Hub. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please press the subscribe button below and press the bell icon in order to get the notification of my latest video updates. Today I am going to show you how to configure VLANs in a Fortigate firewall. Here I am using a Fortigate firewall, a net cloud and two PCs and a web terminal and a layer 3 switch. Here the IP address of the FortiGate firewall is 192.168.2.254/24 and I am using PC3 to get connected to the firewall and configure the firewall. Here I am using two VLANs, VLAN 100 and VLAN 200. There for VLAN 100 I am using the IP block 172.16.3.0/24 and for VLAN 200 I will be using 10.12.13.0/24 network for VLAN 200. Now first we will configure the FortiGate firewall to get connected to the firewall using PC3. I did in my last video. First we will go to the CLI of the firewall and we'll log in as the username admin. As we all know, the default password is blank and we'll give a new password and confirm the password. Now we will go to the interface settings and configure the port 2. Here you can see DHCP is configured for port 1 and we'll go to the port 2 and we'll give an IP address for the firewall interface. That is 192.168.2.254. Now we'll configure. Now we'll give permission to access, ping and HTTP. Now we'll check whether we can ping Google DNS. We can ping the Google DNS. Now we'll go to the web terminal and we'll configure the IP settings of the web terminal. Go to the edit config and remove all the comments from the configuration file and we'll change the IP settings to 192.168.2.1 and remove the other comments as well and we'll use 192.168.2.254 as the default gateway. That means the firewall IP LAN side and we'll add Google DNS 8.8.8.8 and now we'll stop the VM and restart it again. Now we'll check whether we can ping the firewall. Now we can ping the firewall interface. Now we'll try to connect from the web interface. We'll provide username and password. Save the setting. Click later. And now we will configure two VLAN interfaces for port 3. First VLAN is 100 and the second one is 200. We will give a name and alias and select the interface, and we'll give the VLAN ID. After that, we will give the gateway IP for the particular VLAN, that is 172.16.3.254 is the gateway, and we'll give only ping access. And after that, we will save the interface. Here you can see the first VLAN attached to port 3, and we will create the next VLAN 200. Interface port 3 and VLAN ID is 200. After that, we will give the gateway IP for that particular VLAN, that is 10.12.13.254. Now you can see here for port 3 there are two VLANs. Now we'll go and configure the layer 3 switch. And first we'll configure the port 00 as a trunk interface. We will add two VLANs 100 and 200. After that, we will configure port 1 and port 2. For port 1, we will give VLAN 100. Switch port mode is accessed. Here a message shows VLAN does not exist. So we have created two VLANs, VLAN 100 and VLAN 200 in the switch. First we will go to config T and we'll create two VLANs 100 and 200. After that we'll configure the port 2 of the VLAN switch. We use 200 for the port 2. Switch port mode is access, and we'll issue no shutdown command in order to bring the interface up. Now we have completed the layer 3 switch configuration. Now we'll save the configuration. Next, we will configure interfaces of two PCs, PC1 and PC2. For PC3, we will use 172.16.3.1. The default gateway is 172.16.3.254, and we'll use Google DNS as the DNS server, and we have to save it and restart the VM. We'll stop and restart the VM and restart. Next, we will configure PC2 interface IP. Use Google DNS as the DNS and save. Now we'll restart the PC2. Now we'll check the connectivity from PC1 and PC2. We'll ping the gateway 172.16.3.254, and we'll go to the PC2 and do the same. Here for the gateway we will be using 10.12.13.254. Now from both PCs we can ping the gateways of the firewall. Again we'll connect the firewall. Now we are going to configure a static route and two security policies in order to provide the internet connectivity to PC1 and PC2. Here the gateway is 192.168.100.2. Here you can see the static route. Now we'll configure two policies for VLAN 100 and VLAN 200. Here we'll use internet for VLAN 100. Incoming interface is VLAN 100 and outgoing port is port 1. We'll allow all sources and all the destinations. Here, if we want to consider the security, we shouldn't allow all sources. So, I will create a source address range. For that, we need to go to add an address. Now, we'll give a name to the VLAN 100 address block. That is 172.16.3.0/24 block, and we will select the VLAN interface. Before that, we have to enable static route configuration. Now VLAN 100 is added. Likewise, we need to add VLAN 200 as well. For the VLAN 200, we provide 10.13.0 block, and for the interface we select VLAN 200, and here also enable the static route configuration. Now we have created two address blocks, but there are two address blocks already created automatically, VLAN 100 address and VLAN 200. Anyway, We will add now VLAN 100 address and press OK. And services we should allow all test for the testing purpose, and we allow all sessions, log sessions. Now policy for VLAN 100 is created. We need to create a policy for VLAN 200 now. Source incoming interface is 200 and the outgoing interface is the NAT interface. Destination is all and services all. Here we should enable NAT and log allow traffic for all sessions. Now press OK. Now we have created a static route and two firewall policy for internet access. Now we'll go and test whether we can connect to the internet from PC1 and PC2. Here you can see PC1 is pinging but PC2 is not pinging. Now we have to identify the issue. Now we'll ping Google DNS and check whether it is pinging. And also we'll do a trace route for Google DNS that also failing. We'll see whether we can ping the gateway 12.13.254. Oh, okay, it's pinging. That means connectivity between firewall and the PC is okay. Now we have to check from the firewall what has happened. Now we'll go to CLI and use the diagnose sniffer packet command to check whether the traces are hitting to the firewall. Here we need to add a filter. We'll add the filter as 10.12, 10.12.13.1. Now we'll go to the host and ping to the gateway 10.12.13.254. For the internet it's not pinging. Now we'll ping the gateway. Now here you can see packets are hitting the firewall. That means packets are reaching the firewall. That means path is okay. Now we have to go to the host and need to check whether we have correctly configured the gateway of the host. Here we can see instead of 10 we have used 110. Now I have changed it to 10. Now we'll see it's working. First we need to go and restart the machine again. We'll stop the machine, host, and we'll restart. Now we'll see whether it's pinging. We'll check whether we can reach internet. Yes, we can ping the internet. Means from the host. That means from the host machine we can access the internet if packets are hitting the firewall. Now we can access internet from the both 100 and 200 VLANs. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe now and press the bell icon in order to get the notification of my latest video. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.